All right. Down to the end of it with 165.25 inches of fish from Ohio, taking home $7,000, Drew Gregory. Yeah. Good job, man. You know what that looks like? That's yours. You want to go ahead and drag it over?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Mark, Drew, we appreciate you. We spoke, well, I was on your podcast several weeks ago, and you had mentioned, the idea of your wife possibly let you out of the house for a hall pass for this one, just to get out here and experience it. Didn't have a lot of expectations because you've never been on this body of water, I assume, and you came out and like we talked about, the wind was awful out here for a lot of people's practice, which you didn't get a lot of. It shows your trip getting here took a lot of the community to piece that together. There's other people here that share a similar story of us doing a hodgepodge of donated rods, reels, motors, things like that. So we appreciate all of y'all's effort to make sure everybody that could get here. So I'll let you have the floor and just talk about how it went.
Yeah, so I have no idea where to begin, but I'll try to keep this brief. First of all, I'm looking at all these anglers and just this event, and I just feel so just humbled, fortunate, blessed. I mean, I've obviously won before, and had some success, but you never know when it's, might be your last time. And every time you get up here and you go out, it's so freaking hard to win, dude. It's so hard to just catch 5 bass. You guys know what I'm talking about. And these are the best anglers in the country. So I'm always just shocked, like when it happens, so I'm in shock now. I mean, we flew out here, like you said, it was a challenge. I came out with Jake Cook here, my buddy. I just kind of made a post in the local, kayak fishing Northeast Ohio, the kayak anglers of Northeast Ohio group. I said, hey, in our Discord, anyone want to come with me? I think I'm going to be able to pull this off. My wife had a girls trip with her, with my mother-in-law. It was my mother-in-law's birthday. They were all supposed to go on a trip this weekend, and I was supposed to watch the kids, right? And I told my wife, I was like, what do you think about this? And she goes, that's my mother-in-law's trip weekend, so you're watching the kids. And then I was on the podcast, and somehow, I don't know who it was. I don't know if it was Aunt Gabi or Pam, whoever could not make those dates work for that girls trip. Thank you so much. Because my wife then was like, yeah, you can go do this. And, Frontier Airlines was having some good deals. So thanks to Frontier, we got to catch a red eye later. So we got to get rolling. But just this event, I got here with Jake. We flew in. I had one day on the water to practice, one on the river, typical, stuff that I do. And I found the ugliest stretch of river I could find, basically, so that because the Gorge River looks beautiful. I mean, it is beautiful, but it's kind of hard to find where the fish are when there's so much. I just wanted to find the most nondescript, ugliest piece of water, thinking I might have it to myself. And if there are bass there. And on the first day, our only day of practice, I guess, we drove around like a half day on, I guess it was Thursday. I floated down the whole section all the way from Needles all the way down, and I just was looking. The water's so clear, just looking. And I'm on the phone with Jake because he was doing something else that day. And all of a sudden, I was like, dude, huge school of smallmouth. I just rolled over some, like finally, because I hadn't really seen many fish. And I just kind of marked those, kept marking every fish I could. And first day of the tournament, I got 4 on the Z-Man Gobius out of that school. And that was kind of the secret bait for me, was that Z-Man Gobius. It looks so natural, like a river darter. And I had 8-pound spinning rod, just straight braid. And that was kind of what did most of it. But today was a huge, huge challenge because I actually ended up getting a 17 3/4 on the second cast. And obviously, am I going to be able to get the fish out of that school again? I wasn't sure, how many I could get out of there because I got 4 yesterday. And they would all chase to the kayak. I got GoPro footage that I sent you guys. There's like 6 or 7, 8 giants all chasing the one to the kayak. So the school kind of gets blown up fairly quick. I don't know how I got 4 out of there yesterday, but somehow I did. And I only got 1 today, so I had 2 fish and then kind of kept piecing it together where I'd seen some fish, the day before. And Jake actually rolled up next to me, and I hooked the winning – could have been the winning fish. He pulled out his camera and started filming it. And as soon as he did, a few seconds later, it popped off, and my heart just sunk because I don't have anything else really like to go back to. I just had that one area. So I went way upstream. Mark Cisneros and the crew, there he is. He caught up with me, and we stopped and did a little photo shoot. I was a little stressed, dude. You could tell, man. I was like, all right, we got to get some shots, but they just caught me motoring. I knew you wanted some shots of me actually making casts. So took about 10 minutes there, and I'm like so stressed. I need one more fish. I come back down, and after I let all my area rest for like 2 hours, 2-3 hours, hit that school again. They reset, and I got one to bite. And I'm bringing it in. It's like 2 o'clock, whatever, and it comes off. I lost another one, and I knew this is like possibly the winning fish. So then I just went to a little cut where there's a little backwater and some stained water where I'd caught some fish before, and in practice and pre-fishing. And I just went, like I do again, straight braid 30-pound test. I'm using some new rods, prototypes of a Signature Series rod by Yak Rods that I'm working with. Tandy and the whole crew at Yak Rods, thank you guys so much. The rods, the prototypes are perfect. We're not changing a thing on the action. They are perfect. And I just went 30 pounds straight braid in some semi-stained water and milked the bottom of it, bottom of this little clay bank. And I felt a thump. And believe me, after losing those other two on a spinning rod, I set the hook so hard. I mean, this 14.25-inch fish came out of the water at 3:11 p.m. And I wasn't sandbagging. For anyone thinks I was sandbagging, I just didn't have 5. And that's kind of how it all shook out. I broke down and started crying and called my wife on the way back and was thanking Jesus more than, like it probably ever have. Yeah, more than a normal day. And it was like just all the emotion came over me because I spent so long planning for this whole thing, flying out here. Joe McElroy drove my kayak out here. I had to meet him in Kentucky. It was a long story, but I'm sure I'll share it on podcast. Thank you so much, Joe. I could not have done this without you. And I mean, honestly, the kayak fishing community, all these people, that's why we do this. I think anyone here would have, if they had room on a trailer to bring a kayak for somebody that was flying, you'd probably do it. And that's why I love these people. I love you guys. So Joe, thanks so much. Jake, thanks so much for joining me and helping out, man. It was awesome to have you along. It would have been, not nearly as fun doing it by myself. So thank you so much, man. I'm glad that worked out for you. And I want to thank you, Steve. Bassmaster, you guys are amazing. And I'm still in shock, man. You guys do a great job, and I really appreciate everything you do. It's a lot of hard work, so it doesn't go unnoticed by all the anglers. And then, I was going to thank, I already thanked Joe and Jake, all the guys at the house. Thank you guys, man. You guys were awesome. All the West Coast guys I stay with, all the SoCal boys, Shane Lamont and everybody. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Thanks to the Newport guys. This is the Newport Bassmaster Kayak Series, so I might be sponsored by Torquedo, and that helped me, do great here this weekend. But you guys cooked an amazing dinner for us the other night, and just the hospitality is incredible here, out here on the West Coast. So we really appreciate it. And then I do want to thank Z-Man, obviously, for that Gobius bait. It was incredible. That cross-size power finesse jig with the Pro Cross trailer. That's what I caught that last fish on. It was just an incredible week here. Crescent Kayaks, that Crescent Kayak Shoaly that I designed was just tremendous. I'm going 7 miles an hour, on that thing. And that helped me. A lot of you guys were just joking that when I booked out of the ramp this morning, just left everybody in the dust. It was moving. But anyway, it's pretty muddy and shallow out ramp, so it's kind of tough for your kayaks, a little heavier. So, but Smith Optics, dude, that water is so clear. If you don't have good sunglasses, it's just, that's how I saw, even in practice, I was just floating down looking at fish, just like I did on Lake Tenkiller when I won the championship. I'm up the river just looking at fish. I'm not fishing, burning anything when it's that clear. I want to see them and mark where they're at. So I saw them, and lucky to get 5 today. And then, of course, thanks to GoPro. It's really cool. We're doing that partnership with GoPro, and you guys can submit footage and win a free GoPro for the best clip at each Bassmaster Kayak Series event. That's pretty cool. Like I said, I got 3 in the hopper already. I got some more today, Steve. So we'll see. I don't know if I can win or not, but I guess. But anyway, yeah. But anyway, it's definitely this is the most beautiful place I've been. It's unbelievable. I fished in Yuma, Arizona. Someone said they were from Yuma. That's kind of what sparked my interest in coming back here. I had one trip in about, like 8 or 9 years ago in Yuma with the guys from OEX when I was with Jackson Kayak, and flew out here with my boys, Brooks Beatty, Jameson Redding, and I fished the Colorado River in Yuma. And I'll never forget, was it Mark who said it? Something about like those tules. Yeah, fishing the tules. And I was flipping a giant Z-Man 8-inch streaks and just letting it swirl. And giant fish would just come out, and it was like, I got to go back there. So when I saw this on the schedule and was able to make it work out, then I did. I really want to thank my parents. They got me into fishing. And they just have been praying for, nonstop. And Mom said she's already been praying, even when I told her what was going on this weekend. And she was like, no, we're already ahead of you. So thank you guys for all the support and getting me into fishing and the outdoors. And then my final thanks here is definitely to my wife and my kids. Hi, Theo. Hi, Sophia back home. Christina, I love you. She just sent me a text. She's still sick. She's got pink eye now. She's just been taking care of the household while I'm here. I could never do this without her, and I am just so blessed to have an amazing wife that just takes care of that kind of stuff for me, and it's awesome support. So I love you so much, and I love all you guys. Thanks for everything, guys. Sorry it took forever. I know. Sorry.
You win. You get to talk all you want. Thank you.